Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it's time for another Sudsy recap. And today we're talking all about Young and the Restless. But before we talk about that, I was having this existential dilemma earlier about which show I should do once Below Deck is off the air, because then I'll have a free spot. So I need to pick a primetime series. And I was like, well, since Amazing Race isn't on, I need to pick a Housewives series. And I was like, should I do Atlanta or should I do Beverly Hills? Well, now I don't have to make a choice because The Amazing Race started this past week. So once Below Deck is done, then I'll be doing The Amazing Race. So I'm very excited about that. I mean, I don't know. I can't wait to see what twist. I hope it's not a sucky twist. They always do some sort of twist on the show. Like this past one with social media, that wasn't that bad actually. That wasn't that bad. But before they did one like where they were like, it's like the dating game. It's like, bitch, I don't give a shit about these people if they find love or not. Who cares? Like, I want to see people. I want to see established relationships thrive or fall apart in front of my face. That's the type of stuff I want to see on The Amazing Race. So I'm very excited about this season. So there might be a couple weeks, depending on whether or not Below Deck does a reunion show or not. Where, I'm not talking about it, but it'll just be, at the most, it'll be like 2 weeks, I'm sure. So I'm very excited about The Amazing Race. So we'll see about that. All right. So Young and the Restless. So out of the four soaps, Young and the Restless was okay. I feel like this past week was a slow week for them. You know how soaps have ebbs and flows, and how sometimes they're like, oh my God, yes, yes. Both Days and Bold and the Beautiful were like that this past week. And then others like General Hospital and Young and the Restless, that they're kind of having a valley before they go up to another peak again, right? So I don't know what is wrong with my eye. It is so itchy. Watch, I've got pink eye. That would be great. That would be wonderful. Anyways, okay, so what happened in Young and the Restless this week? Okay, well, first of all, Travis and Victoria are really falling apart. Like, they're. But here's the thing. Let's talk about her for a second. She got all involved with Travis and all up in his cookies, but she really doesn't even. She hasn't known him for that long. Like, he's living at her house. He proposed to her. Like, I mean, like, they haven't even been dating that long. Like, is it really that? I mean, that just seems to me like, well, then, of course things are going to fall apart. You barely even know the guy. Like, duh. Like, and maybe that's the point. Maybe that, they were just trying to say that she was a rebound from Stitch. Although I will say this. So she had an argument with Travis, and Travis actually brought up her past where she was like, because, when Katie's paternity was in question because of her drunken one night stand with Stitch. First of all, I'm just glad that Stitch was mentioned because he's been MIA lately. But yeah, so that was a good kudos to the writers of Young and the Restless, because that was a good throwback. The whole Kane being popping pills, to me, I feel like, didn't we just see Jack have this story? Like, I mean, really? But if the pills lead to a bigger addiction like heroin or something like that, now then they would have my attention, and I'd be like, okay, I got it. But but it's got to start with the pills. That's fine. But if it moves into like harder drugs where he starts shooting up because he needs the pain relief, I should probably wing with this side because it's itching so bad. That would see that then that would be okay. But if it's just going to be a pain popping pills addiction, not only has it been done on soaps, it's been done on Young and the Restless recently. Like, Jack was the one addicted to pain pills, and then I remember Phyllis helping him dry out at the cabin. So, and Phyllis and Adam actually helped him out with that. So, I mean, like, that wasn't that long ago. So that's like, really? Are we really going down this road again? Okay. Okay, all right. So then for GC Buzz, aka Restless Style, which I'm already over that because it's recycled, but whatever. I'm just going with it. Because they gave Mariah a job and now Mariah has a place. So they, outside of the whole, Sharon and Dylan circle, now she's got her own, like, a different group that she interacts with. I love shit like that. Like when you get your characters, because when you isolate your characters and you put them in a bubble, then if that bubble pops, then that character ends up leaving. And I like that the more characters she interacts with, the better, because her reactions are hysterical. She is pretty damn funny. And as important as her role as Cassie was to the daytime, genre, and as much as she was important to the history of Nick and Sharon on that show, you can tell she is having way more fun with Mariah, because Cassie was not funny. She wasn't as funny of a character as Mariah. Mariah is hilarious. She's great. So, here's the thing about, okay, so GC Buzz, they interviewed Dylan because Mariah got him to get interviewed, and Hillary overhears a conversation between Mariah and Devon, and she's like, "Yeah, I was watching. I'm paid to watch Hillary, and she did great. So you don't have anything to worry about." And Hillary got all butthurt about that, and then she re-edited the interview, and it looks horrible. It looked really bad. Like, after the interview was over, Sharon asked for a divorce. Not because she was pissed off, but because she's like, there's no way that they're going to give Dylan visit. Oh, so that was the other thing, is that Dylan and Sharon are suing Nick for visitation rights to Christian. So she's like, he'll win if I'm not involved, so I'm going to ask for a divorce. It didn't have anything to do with the interview, but I was like, yikes. But we all know Sharon's going to end up with Nick, because we know Steve Burton's leaving the show. So, and Nick and Sharon are, but who should Chelsea be with? Maybe Chelsea should go out with Travis. Maybe Chelsea should go out with Stitch. Maybe Chelsea, what else? Who else could Kevin? I don't know. We'll see. But right now they're really pushing for that Chelsea and Nick connection. But we all know he'll end up with Sharon. Just like we all know Victoria's going to end up with Billy. So they're, it's like Victor and Nikki. They're always going to end up together. Okay, so one other thing that's been going on in The Young and the Restless is, so Jack was helping at Crimson Lights feed the homeless, and Jack and Phyllis actually, and he was talking about how one of the first people that they helped was back at that they helped through with their foundation, is now back, was now homeless and destitute because of addiction or whatever. And he was telling Neil about it, and Neil was like, "That's why I want you back on the foundation." And in my head, I'm going, "Oh God, please don't go back to that foundation. I swear to God, if I hear one more thing about the Abbott-Winters Foundation." They don't have a set for that specific thing. So, like, if they had a place that was like the center that was run by the foundation, that would be fine, Or if they brought in new characters having to do with the foundation. But the foundation, to me, is just a bunch of talk. And it's a bunch of talk that takes Jack away from... I would rather see Jack doing other shit. And I would rather see Neil have a much better storyline. In fact, on Thanksgiving Day, they re-aired an old episode of Young and the Restless. I'm just a mess tonight. And the episode that they aired was their 10,000th episode. And that's why they re-aired it. And it was really cute seeing Lee Phillip Bell again as the old lady that bought the dinner for Christine and Paul, because they remind her of her and her late husband. I really loved that moment that Young and the Restless did. That was really great. But what I loved about that episode also was that Nichelle Nichols, who played Uhura in Star Trek, she gave an amazing see, I'm in front of my refrigerator, FYI. So that's where I am. Just thought I'd let you know. Anyways, but that's why I love that. Because normally when they go into the archives for like a holiday and they have to re-air an episode, they go into the archives and they go years back. But they just, that 10,000th episode wasn't that long ago. But it was good, and it was a good kind of refresher for certain stories too, because it wasn't that long ago. But anyways, I'll be watching next week. We'll see what's going on next week. So thank you so much for logging on. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about General Hospital. You can follow me on Twitter at Angel Benton, hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless, hashtag GH talk General Hospital. And we will talk then. Peace out, everybody. Wubba, wubba, wubba.